In the high desert of Victorville, it may look like Death Valley, but there is one hidden treasure. It is home to where the fastest diesel motorcycles in the world are made for the Marine Corps. Weighing 369 pounds, these bikes average 96 miles per gallon. That means they last at least twice as long as commercial bikes. So, who makes these action-packed bikes? Roger Flynn, who has had a love for motorcycles all his life, owns F1 Engineering Incorporated, which makes the engine parts for the bike. First, the engine measurements are entered into the CAD/CAM. Afterward, the information is transferred to a computer monitor to control the machines that manufacture the parts. More than 200 different sized tools are used to cut the engine parts. After F1 Engineering manufactures the engine components, they are assembled next door at Hayes Diversified Technology. Fred Hayes, who owns Hayes Diversified Technology, has been partners on the motorcycle project with F1 Engineering for more than 7 years. Hayes Company is responsible for the rest of the bike pieces that make up this bike frame and things such as the tires that are shipped from other U.S. companies or imported from abroad. Amazingly, more than 1,800 individual pieces comprise the bike. They hold 8 world records for being the fastest diesel motorcycles in the world today. That's why the bikes are also in demand by other militaries in allied countries like England, Canada, France, Germany, and Australia. Stuart McGuigan, who is the engine designer, shows us how parts like the crankcase would then be assembled to make the engine for the bike. This is the two halves we saw F1 Engineering manufactured. Then in the second stage, HDT Engineering puts the gears inside the bottom half of the crankcase. Third is the entire crankcase assembly. And finally, the completed engine. The combat motorcycles are made to play the part, but they also need to look the part.
We paint components to military specifications. Few of these components you can see here, and these are finished and ready to go into the end assembly process. What you see here is a finished rolling chassis. When the engines are finished and tested, we install them in the rolling chassis, we add the electrical system, the plastic components.
Eventually, the bikes would look like this, ready to be tested before they are shipped out. With features such as their smooth torques and high traction, these bikes could operate on many terrains. These diesel motorcycles also stand out because they fulfill the military requirement for a single battlefield fuel. You can even stop and restart the M10, 30, M1 motorcycles right in the middle of steep hills. Not to mention ride them on sand. And sorry folks, these combat motorcycles are only available for the Marine Corps. Unlike life in the desert, these diesel motorcycles made at F1 Engineering and HDT will survive in many conditions.